There's a lot of countries in the world that don't see us as important as we see ourselves, and we don't have a population as large as most of the rest of the world. We don't have the natural resources. We don't have the capability to produce anything. And we're now entering a dynamic where our men, because it's going to be our people against other people, right? Especially in the bipolar world, our men and their pussy-footed approach to life are going to be pitted against men who are prepared to fight and die for real.
Yep.
And we're going to see how that all works out. I guess the idea of the Western elites is that they can just continue to use the dollar to subjugate these nations, and that they can use AI and machines. I mean, for right now,
just launch a world war out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You can reset everything by bombing and exploding and then stealing people's resources.
Right. Or having better technology. We think, we don't need real men in the army because we've got better tech, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, we'll see how that all works out. But I think the next 100 years are going to be very interesting when we see that. I mean, we can look at it right now. Let's look at it right now in the UK. 3 little girls were stabbed. The girls that were stabbed were the same age as my daughters. I have 2 daughters age 4. 3 little girls were stabbed to death. A man shouldn't have to feel what a blade is like entering his body, let alone a little girl. It's disgusting. I have seen 0 conversations about how to protect little girls. All I see are the straight homos marching, talking about how they're not racist. What the are you even doing? Right. Have you lost complete context of the situation? Every single conversation should be about how to protect children. And there should be nothing off limits. We shouldn't be afraid to discuss the fact that if people come from X country, they commit violent crime at a 300% higher rate than if they come from other countries. Because everyone talks about the UK being racist. It's probably one of the least racist places on the planet. You want to see racism? Go anywhere else.
Japan.
Africa.
Yep.
They're racist in Africa. They're racist in the Arab world. Everyone's racist. We're the least racist place. And instead of marching to protect little girls, the man who stopped the knife attacker should be a national hero. He should be everywhere. I haven't even seen his face. They don't want to show him because they don't want to remind people the little girls were stabbed. Instead, they wanted to divert the whole conversation to don't be racist. And now we have all these straight homo men walking around. We showed the far right. Yeah, don't be racist. As if they've achieved something. You've forgone the argument completely. When the knife-wielding attacker is near you, you're going to piss your pants and run. And now you're walking around saying, don't be racist. Now, I agree with don't be racist, but if you are asinine and stupid enough to believe that if you're going to allow thousands of people into your border unchecked, that some of those people are not bad people, you're an idiot.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't even say that you're too stupid to conceptualize that. I'd say they're too cowardly to admit it because they're too scared to be racist. So now they're too scared to admit that by refusing to refute that idea, they're letting bad people in. They're going to say, no, all 1 million we let in are all good. They're all doctors and they're all physicists. You don't have to be racist to understand it's not about skin color. If people come from a war zone, they've seen trauma and they're not going to be particularly balanced all of the time. I would argue if a child sees